Mexican, dame pesos. Get your sus on the Play Stores. Never save no name, though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, let them keep it score. Hey, 16 cars in my front.
Coach, it's a day for celebration in the East Bay. It is, for all intents and purposes, the final chapter of what has been a great era of football here in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard.
Let's go.
25-yard line.
Go, go, go. 50. You're the nightmare.
Now Foles. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Used to have a coach just tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
He's going to float this over the middle deep. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception throw.
And that last one, that hurts. Here's a guy coming off a strong rookie season, Gus Edwards. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Good job.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up?
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it up, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Foles. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play.
And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Maurice Hurst breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Eric Murray that time there to knock it away. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
A good return there. Call it 3rd. Yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. Telvin Smith, he was 3rd in the AFC in tackling a year ago, there to bring him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
Let's go.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Now Carr to try again after the pick 6. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the 44, Carr. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. Now Carr. The open man is Smith. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line. On the jet sweep, here's Grant. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Carr going option right. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it, because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive lineman? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker. I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit, because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. And the Raiders have got him. Cleveland Farrell, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll go play action here with Minshew. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Get down.
Carr going option right. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. Down to about the 22 here. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing now is Carr. Setting up the screen here to Edwards. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Carlson able to put this one through. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Abram, the rookie from Mississippi State. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr. Severian Jenkins has it. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Miles Jack can just flat out cover. Doesn't matter who's out there, and he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? Eyes in the right place, saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Carlson is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influence...
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now with signaling a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. They'll set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep left side. They've got his man complete. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. And that is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
11 yards there, first down. So a good run by Fournette. Now another first and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. He'll look to throw. And finding Keelan Cole. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Flush to his right, and he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the 24, Carr. He's going to loft one deep left. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyrell Williams, 76 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Here's Carr, and this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. It'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way to get it done.
Fournette running out of the gun. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
185.
On 2nd down now. It's Edwards, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
He'll get this to Edwards out of the backfield. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. On the return, Carter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Deron Harmon makes the tackle.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. They'll run it again with Fournette. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all. And it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
Looking long for Westbrook. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
The throw complete here to Williams. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down. Carr now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half, 1st and 10. Carr completes it, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Carr now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll drop the throw. And he completes it to Westbrook. Fighting through it, he's got space. A gain of 37. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back.
And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. Now Foles. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Raider D, they get the football back. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Carr to throw. He's got the first and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr able to shake him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. And by the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. Carr going to throw here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Did they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said that
Fournette is in trouble, and he goes down to the end zone. 2 points, that's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
how many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Jags grab it. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A very short field to work with now. 1st and goal after the great punt return. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Carr, left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Carr going to look to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour, and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for the Raiders, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packing nobody new, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. Ay. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Hat on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pocket receipts. My credit card is a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They check something for 10. Hey.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Right there. 180. Right there. 54 Mike. I got one. Up, Johnson. Mayfield
on first down. It's caught. Becker. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Speaking of Odell Beckham, he went over 100 yards in that loss to Seattle in Week 6. 101 yards to be exact, 6 catches. Second 100-yard game for him as a Cleveland Brown, but people are waiting for him to find the end zone more. Just 1 touchdown catch through 6 weeks. From the 44, Mayfield. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. They go play action. Mayfield. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
This is Carson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Carson, who was a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, has picked up the pace this year after a slow start. 3 straight 100-yard games. Most recently, Week 6, 124 yards, and the game-winning score in the 4-point win over Cleveland on the road. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On first down, Carson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. On second down now, it's Carson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. We're scoreless after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great. With the offense, they can't be despondent.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he's got room. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 on a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, 30 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get into that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Jacob Hollister, 51 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Oh, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run. This is Hunt. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, he scored on the ground and through the air, and the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And finding the tight end, Wilson. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. One heck of a third down conversion, 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson, and an alley to run. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. A first down throw for Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. He was trying to go back to Beckham there. And it's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Wilson, flushed out right. He may try and run for this. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run it with Carson, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run again with Carson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23. They'll run on first down. Carson, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Throwing now, Wilson, a first down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. The Browns drive about to get started. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
They run for it with Hunt, and an alley to run. Down the numbers, there he goes, and all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 57 yards, and the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. From the gun, Mayfield. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to...
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 20.